What's up, everyone? I'm CL Connolly, and today is part 2 of the RV renovation. It's just pretty much showing you when we put in the new furniture and everything, so you get to kind of see that. But I'm not going to make this too long, so we can go ahead and get into it.
They're fine.
Hi, Lou.
Okay.
Why did you come to me?
We got the new couch in. Yay! Now we got to figure out something to do with
This will definitely be more comfortable to sleep on, though.
those wires.
Yeah, you don't get to sleep on it all day.
I've been sleeping on the other one all day.
It's good.
Hi, JJ.
Got an actual couch in here.
Now we've got space on this side, and we've got space on that side. So now we've got space on that side to put other things. We're going to move like this stuff here over there so we can organize it a little bit better. Now we have no access to our bedroom, but we'll get there. But now we've got more room over here. We're going to hang some stuff up on this wall because that would be nice.
Oh my goodness.
And then that's the top of my desk. We're going to put the desk over
Sit right there.
here.
Here. You're sitting in.
Okay, the kitty has stopped being so freaked out. She's been terrified this whole time. So we do have a little bit of organization going on over here, which thank God for the space is all I have to say about that. And then, of course, we've got to fix all of this stuff. And we moved the litter box over here and all the litter stuff, so now we have open space there. We were going to put a shelf there, but we underestimated that thing right there. So now we have to figure something else out. And then once we get all of this moved out of the way, and yes, those are all DVDs. Just leave my DVDs alone. I have 6 more boxes in my storage area and a lot more inside that cabinet. So once we do that, we're going to put in a desk right here for my work area.
And then we'll put all this.
Okay, oh, thank you for the nice cloud. We've got some of the organization done.
Yeah.
And we've already got more room in here. Of course, you know, the desk right now has some stuff on it, but some of this goes with Christmas presents, so we don't have to worry about it. And there goes my son with his big cloud. The cat's going into her litter box, which is now hidden on the other side of the couch and no longer out front. The cage is for her food because the dogs like to eat her food. But that keeps all the bags to clean her litter box in, which I think we may actually end up moving those into this smaller box over here, and then using that box for blankets because I'm always cold.
I don't have any fiber.
So right now we're getting some of the organization done, which is so nice,
Like
and they're
after
passing vapes back and forth. Mine's almost low on batteries. So this is the desk. I've got the drawers here, which is nice. Thank you for the clouds.
Very.
This stuff here I'm going to go through and probably get rid of. It's only got the 2 legs. There's those boxes from before.
So I like them because they're not.
And then this stuff here will all be organized into these drawers so that we can take care of that. There's also another extra piece here that's got 2 drawers in it, so that's going to be nice. Okay, I got my rolly chair. I'm so excited. So we went out, got my chair out of storage. So now I have my chair at my desk, which is here. It's not done. I still have this to go through. Of course, I'm wrapping Christmas presents, so you can see the Christmas presents everywhere. My box of washi tape. This is my mom's Christmas present. But let's see, this thing here. So we've got these drawers and stuff here. So you can see I'm starting to put stuff in it. These are the notepads that are on my website. Ooh, let's see if I can get one open. Ah, red lines to look like blood because I'm just that creepy. Of course, I had to get tape. That's for my editing. Got some stuff in there. This is going to be for all my planner stuff. That's what's going to go in there. And then, of course, I've got my cutter and my hole punch. And then that one's empty because I have some stuff out in my car. And my kitty. and ignore the sleeping dude behind me. So, right now, what I'm trying to do is I've got this box right here. This box here. So, there are bags in this box. Like shopping bags. And my... There we go. That makes more sense. Okay, so there's shopping bags in there. And we use them to clean out the litter box. Like, that's what I scoop the litter into. But, like, that whole thing that, like, 3 people can use to put their feet on is full. So, we're going to change that. And I'm going to put it in a smaller box, which is legitimately just one little box. And we're going to move the stuff over there only because of the fact that, do I really need that many bags? I mean, I've gotten to the point where I'm starting to throw some out because there's so many of them. So, we're getting that taken care of. And, let's see. I'm trying to see what I can do. Like, so far this desk is working out for me, thank goodness, because I've got my own writing space now. Otherwise, I have not had a writing space. I mean, I sat at the dinette, which was over in this area here. I sat over there when we first moved in here, which was fine, and I had no problem sitting at the dinette. And I had filmed my first few videos at that dinette. The problem was getting in and out of there, which was technically not a problem at first. But then stuff started accumulating. And of course we live in 200 square feet approximately. And I even kind of want to make that smaller because, you know, I don't even count the bathroom and the bedroom because of the fact that they're back there and we're never out there. You know, we're in this little area. Like, legitimately, if I were to turn you around, you'd be able to see everything. So there is quite a few stuff. Like, this fan is sitting on top of a box that is sitting on top of a case of water. But, so I have to figure out something to do with this stuff now. So that's my biggest issue at this point right now, is trying to find places for all of this extra stuff here. And I'm getting there. Also, what we're going to do is, as soon as we pull all the bags out of this box and put them in the smaller box, then I'm going to be putting all the chips in here. Now, I like my chips. Okay, I like chips and salsa. I like snacking. Anyway, that's beside the point. So, hopefully we can put our chips in there, because then, let's show you this. This little thing here, see, okay, this is our kitchen. That's it, that's our kitchen. Okay, see the chips that sit in the bag, and then the chips that are just sitting, and then there's bags under there too, and yeah, it's just, the whole thing is just a mess. Like, we were organized when we first moved in, but then it turned out that we didn't want the cat on the kitchen counter. So, we started piling stuff on top of the kitchen counter to keep the cat off the counter. We even were holding boxes to put on the open spaces of the counter that we used to cook, so we could put them up there to keep the cat off the kitchen counter. Literally, at this point, I don't even want to go in that kitchen to cook because I feel so claustrophobic with all of that stuff. It just keeps accumulating and making that space, which is small to begin with, feel smaller and smaller. Now that we have cleared out all the crap that was sitting next to the refrigerator, and now all we have is just the vacuum, because that's our refrigerator on the other side of that wall. So now all we have is just the vacuum. Well, we had stuff that was starting to pile up and stack up right there, and it was just hideous and awful. And it got to the point to where that seat that was in the dinette where I would sit was basically trapped. So it would take me a little while to get out because there was stuff right there all stacked into that big area. So we changed it. Sorry about that. And then over on this side, because the sofa was on this side, and it just went to, and it only went to about here. There's a fly in here. So the sofa went to about here. That was the end of the sofa. And then the dinette started like right here. And then it went back that way. And we took all that out. I think most of that was shown at the beginning of the video. So we took all of that out. We've got the couch in. So anyway, so once we had taken all that, now you can see, here, not me, you can see these little wires and stuff like that right here. Whoop. That was from the sofa, because the sofa had cup holders, and those cup holders would light up. That's it. That's all they did. Well, now we have a problem because those wires and stuff go actually into the wall. So at this point, we're just trying to figure out what do we do with that. Like, are we going to just cut the wires at the wall and then push them in and spackle over it so it no longer exists anymore? Or are we just going to, you know, trim them down, put some nut things on them, and just throw them in behind the couch? The only problem is, though, is that we have the cat. And anyone who has cats knows cats like to go under the couch and behind the couch and anywhere they can fit their bodies. Of course, her being as big as she is, everybody knows that she has attempted to get behind the couch before. Well, the couch used to have an underside. This one, no, I mean, it has an underside, like, but not like the other couch, where the only way for her to get out was for somebody to open the couch. That's nice. But we're trying to get this more organized, because when we first moved in, it was organized. And then it just seemed like all of my writing stuff needed space, but it had to be around me. I had to be surrounded by all of my writing stuff. You know, here, I'll show you. It is this one. The notebooks that I was writing in, regardless of whether or not I was done with them. Okay, I'm done writing this one. So now this one is printed out, and of course it's printed out and sitting over there, but I'm going to hold up this one anyway. You know, it's printed out, I'm doing my edits. So why do I need to have that near me? And then, you know, my laptop has to be near me. I'm not working on it. So now it's underneath this little cubby, which is so nice. And then, of course, I got the 2 drawers on the top as well. For, you know, that's for personal things, though. And I don't know how good that speaker is on that camera, but if you can hear my heater, it's just over there. Because I know that on the camera, you can hear the AC a lot better than you can on my computer. So that's why I film on my computer when the AC is on, because you can't hear it that much. Anyway. So I've got my computer hidden in this little cubby, so it's out of the way when I'm editing. I don't have to worry about where do I need to move this stuff. Everything's going to have its place. Everything's going to be organized. I can do organized chaos. I can do that. But I have to have a space to work. And I hope that my cat is not planning on climbing up on my lap, because last night she clawed me. Let's see. Oh, I didn't show you the new cabinet. Okay, so this right here. These are all of our movies. There's a box here. There's a box here. There's like 6 more in storage. There's more inside there and there. So we're hoping to get rid of these boxes. And of course, you know, we keep the bags with the new ones in them so that we don't get them mixed up with the old ones and we're not going, what new ones did we get? But of course, you know, I'm wrapping presents. And by the way, this one's for my dad. My dad likes to take a knife and slowly open presents and then fold his wrapping paper like it can be reused. So this is the box, and that's my wrapping paper. I literally just covered the label that tells you what's inside the box and the top. That's all I did. Okay, so now we got this new cabinet. This cabinet has 3 shelves. So what we're going to do, my son's backpack's right there, that's why I'm trying to keep that up. So what we're trying to do with this is that we're going to put DVDs in it, but my husband wants to get some feet because this is technically a cabinet that's supposed to be mounted to the wall. So technically the cabinet is supposed to be mounted to the wall. And because we're not mounting it on the wall, we literally just want it to sit there on the floor. We're going to get some feet to put underneath it. And that way it will lift up, because when you open those doors, it actually scrapes the floor. Which is, I mean, it's not bad. It's just, the whole fact that it, you know, you can't get the doors all the way open because they scrape the floor. So, anyway, there were a couple of things that we did find when we were pulling everything out in the corners of the slide, but everybody does. There's always something back there. There's moisture that's getting in. Well, without that furniture in that slide now, that moisture is not going to accumulate in those areas. Legitimately, it's going to have a lot better airflow, which I have noticed on a lot of videos too. So my biggest thing is that from all the videos that I've seen when people take their furniture off their slide, and in those corners, there's always moisture in the corners. So the wallpaper's peeling up. And because we've only had this for 2 years? Yeah, going on 2 years. So we've been in this for 2 years. It was built 2017. Doesn't matter that it says it's a 2018. And I only know that because everything in here has the 2017. He's moving. Maybe if we're quiet, he won't notice. Anyway, so everything has a 2017 label on it. So that would make it almost 3 years old. But that's okay. So for 3 years it's had moisture and stuff accumulating in the corners of the slide, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some stuff to spray in those corners, but to keep the moisture from spreading throughout the rest of the slide. And not only that, but with the way that these things are, I want to say compacted. You know, you've got everything just kind of squished together in the slide because, you know, it's almost completely separate from the whole thing. Look, I'll lean you up just a little bit. Okay. So you can see the ceiling. Whoop. You can see the ceiling and where the slide stops. Right here. Okay, so that's the end. But then the slide goes out further. So if I go, well, that way won't work. What about this way? Aha, here you go. See, the slide goes out further because there's the wall that goes to the end, and then the slide goes out further. So, because it goes out so much further than the rest of the RV, that area is more susceptible to, you know, leaks and stuff like that. So anyway, I'd made a comment to my husband that we should probably pull the slide in just to see. And he was like, no. And I was like, well, not with all the crap here. But that is one thing that I would like to do, especially with all of this stuff in here right now. Like slowly bring the slide in and see how much stuff we're going to have to move before we can drive this anywhere. Of course, we don't move. We literally just sit still, but that's the reason why we got the furniture that we got, was because we don't technically have to mount anything. I mean, for my desk, once we end up going from here to the actual property that we purchased, when we get water and septic out there, but once we go to move, there is a strap, because there used to be a chair here that was a complete lay flat reclining chair, which we no longer need. So I'm not even going to tell the story about that one. But we have a strap, so we can strap the desk to the actual wall over here and not have a problem with anything shifting or moving. But of course, anything that's on top will all have to go. So, and that's fine. The sofa, I want to say that with just the sofa over there, it's lighter than the dinette and the sofa was together. Because my husband was complaining that the sofa was actually really heavy. I don't know. All I did was move most of the dinette. And that table was a lot heavier than I was expecting. This desk, the tabletop of this desk is probably 10 to 12 pounds lighter than the tabletop of the dinette. Food for thought. But The desk is also completely separate pieces that were all purchased separately. The set of drawers was purchased separately, the legs, the tabletop, and that thing on top. All different pieces that we just put together. That's what I love about IKEA. You literally play Legos with your furniture, I guess. I'm going to take this one, and this one, and this one, and look, I have furniture. The sofa, on the other hand, is legitimately just a sofa with covers. Yeah, everything is just covered. Like, we can change our sofa if we want to, but we don't have to, like, change out the actual sofa. Like, all we have to do is change out the cover. So, say we want to change it to a different color. All we have to do is buy new covers. Okay, so at this point, all we're doing is reorganizing so that we can get everything done. We are going to go through, because we don't have TV service, we watch seasons of things on DVD, and we just got the last season of Game of Thrones. So that is on our list to watch next year. And what we do is we watch like one disc per day. So we have like our own TV shows each day type of thing. She's going to jump up here whether I want her to or not. Could you not claw my chair? This is pleather. So she has decided that she has to come up here. I know. She's freaking out a little bit. She's not too accustomed to change, and every time we change something, she freaks out just a little bit and has to sit with me. But anyway. My little girl. Big girl. So that's what we do. So next year we've got our shows. I want to say I think we have all 5 days set up. Now I'm just off to organize all of this stuff while my husband goes and gets his truck dealt with because he bought new lights. Boop, 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 boop. My kitty. And then my little doggy. And my bigger doggy. And my giant kid. He's loving that sofa, I'm going to tell you that much, because he can fit from end to end, and his feet don't hang off, so. Of course, you can tell he's enjoying it because he's still sleeping. And it's almost 10 a.m. But I'm going to go ahead and start organizing this and get my cat off of me. Okay. We're done with that.
Okay, so as you can see, we had a giant mess in here, and it was just horrendous. So we had to do some organizing and get some things taken care of. We have moved the bags from the big box to the little box. We put the chips in the big box. As for the kitchen counter, on the other hand, it's still a little crowded in the kitchen, but we're getting that taken care of as well. My desk tends to get organized and then unorganized like within a few minutes. So, but that's because, you know, we're technically not living on our property right now, because we don't have water and septic out there. We're somewhere else where we can have water, septic, electric, and stuff like that. But we still get our mail from out there, and it just tends to accumulate. So we're having to try to figure all that out. We are attempting to, as we bring it in, get it out as fast as we can, just to make sure that it doesn't accumulate. But I do have my new writing space. So I've got my desk. The boy is gone. He's gone back to college. The dogs are loving this. The cat is laying on the box, and she has stopped attempting to climb up in my lap. But it did give us more space, and that was exactly what we were looking for. We were looking for more space because it just seemed like things were accumulating and they just kept closing in and closing in and closing in. So we were able to make more room in here to try to help with the space issue. The couch is also a lot bigger, so when the dogs sit on the couch with us, it's not so bad, which is really nice, because it was, if both dogs were on the couch with us, it was a little crowded. But it's, especially with this one, that one right there, she takes up a lot of space, but she's really sweet. So we ended up getting the feet for the cabinet. The only thing about that, though, is that because we are on wheels and parked on a dirt road, so the more and more it rains, the more and more we shift just a little bit, which has created, now the doors are scraping the floor again. Now, we got the legs and it lifted it up just enough to where the doors were swinging open, swinging closed, no problem. But as time has gone on, because of course this was filmed before Christmas, and now it's after the new year, you know, time has gone on. It's done almost nothing but rain at least 1 to 2 days a week since 2020 started. So every time we shift just a little bit, those doors rub just a little bit more. So we may end up having to do something else, but it's not that big a deal. Let me put it that way. It's not that big of a deal. So it's fine. The doors that we have that came in the trailer, like the doors to the bathroom and the doors to the bedroom and stuff like that, they still latch, they still close, everything's fine. The one thing that we do have, though, is that our doors are supposed to be wind resistant, like the entry door. Well, both of them, because we have one in our bedroom too. But the entry doors are supposed to be wind resistant. Well, I don't know how long that's supposed to last, but I'm going to tell you right now, because we hardly ever use the door in our bedroom to go in and out of. Sometimes it seems like it's a little harder to open because it's so stiff, but because we're constantly going in and out of the door that goes into the living area, that door now no longer has any wind resistance at all. So when we open the door, if the wind blows, it will either take the door away from you, depending on if it's blowing from that side, or it will close the door back on you, and it's hard to get out. I don't know how that works. Whatever. We're hoping for the best. This was supposed to be temporary, but I think we're enjoying it a little too much, you know, perma camping. So anyway, the next few videos are basically going to be me getting ready for the convention next month. And I can tell you right now that as hard as I am working on getting Fundamental Affair completed for publication, it is not going to be ready for the convention. So here's the deal. If you show up at the convention, okay, there are 2 ways that you can get a 25% off coupon. Number 1, you show up to the convention and you purchase one of my books on the table. It does have to be an Affair series. You do have to purchase at least one from the Affair series, because I do have Friendly Misfortunes, which is not part of the Affair series. It's literally a standalone book. So if you purchase just that one, there's really no reason for you to get a 25% off coupon for Fundamental Affair. But if you purchase, whether it be Forbidden Affair or Fruitful Affair, you will get a 25% off coupon for Fundamental Affair as soon as it's published. I'm literally thinking it's going to be another 3 weeks, and the convention is in like 2, I think. Let me check my planner just to be sure. Let me see. So 1. Oh, okay. So, okay. The convention is in 3 weeks. But, oh, it's in 3 weeks. But I don't feel like I'm ready. So the convention is in 3 weeks. I will probably be done with it probably that Wednesday before the convention. And the convention is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that's probably about the point. And when I say done with it, I'm talking about I will be done with the edits. It will have come back from my editor, and I will have done all of the random little things that my editor wants me to do to fix it before it gets put to publication, which means it won't go for publishing until the week after the convention. So that's going to be a little bit further, which means that if it goes the week after, I will make sure to put it up for sale as soon as I publish it, so that as soon as it gets there, make sure that you're subscribed here so that you will know exactly the date. You can also follow me on Instagram, because I'll tend to post it on Instagram as well, along with the cover photo. I'll get the cover photo posted on Instagram probably first before I do it on the video, or I'll do it as, you know what I mean. Anyway, so if you're subscribed here, you'll be able to see when it gets published, so you'll be able to use that coupon. And then if you're following me on Instagram, you'll be able to see it there. I do post a little bit on my Facebook fan page, but the problem with posting it on Facebook is the fact that 90% of my followers don't really see it. Like the last few that I've posted, I think I've gotten like 8 or 10 people that actually saw it, which I thought was really kind of crappy. Thanks, Facebook. So subscribe here if you want to know the exact date, because I will keep you updated on that. And on Instagram, I post a lot on Instagram. That's only because Instagram is pictures, and, you know, whether or not you read my caption, you kind of know what's going on in my picture. Most of the time you do have to read the caption. I'm just saying, make sure you read the caption, because there's a lot of stuff going on in my captions. But anyway, so we've got more space. It is more organized. We are extremely happy with the renovation. I will tell you this much. Let me put it this much. If you decide ever to get an RV, whether you're going to live in it or not, find out which one you love, like love. Okay? You've got to find one that you love. And when I say that, I'm talking about go in and sit on the toilet and find out, you know, how you feel about that. Sit on the couch, hang out in there. Ask the sales guy if he's insisting on stalking you, because we've got a place out here that tends to do that. They will stalk you and they'll keep popping in, and it's like, would you get out? We're trying to have a conversation. But go in, sit down, hang out, let the sales guy know that you're going to sit there and talk about it for a few minutes, especially if you find one that you really, really like. Like, literally, this wasn't even the one that we were looking at. I loved the front kitchen and, you know, stuff like that. Literally, it was just something. It wasn't the one we were looking at, but it's adorable and we love it. But make sure that you go in and sit down, and then what you're going to do is you're going to think, how can I make this mine? Because the way that they make things, it's generic. Now, if all you're doing is camping every so often, you know, whatever, fine. Leave it the way that it is. You're not going to have a problem with the couch, you know, collapsing underneath you. Not really collapsing, but like the cushion just kind of went, so you were sitting on wood. But, you know, you're not going to have that problem with that, because you're not going to be in it constantly. And, but you're not going to be in it all the time, sitting on that space, crushing that cushion, because the cushion is nothing. It's literally nothing. The cushion is, oh, excuse me. The cushion is like quilting batting, something like that. Anyway, it's like a really thin cotton material. They just kind of fold it up and then go, here you go. Doesn't work. And then the dinette was that foam, but like that old school yellow foam that literally is not any good. So when you sit on it, you know, it leaves that little, anyway, so if you're just going to be camping every so often, that's fine. But if you're going to be literally living in it. You need to find out a way to make it yours. Give it that personal touch. Like, okay, hold on. I'm going to see if I can't. I don't know if you can see it. Right up. There. Look, I'll show you. Hold on. I want to go get it. Right up here, there's this little big girl. I got this for my birthday. I was probably, oh, it's really hairy too. I don't know. I want to say maybe I was like 11 or 12 when I got it. So I've had it for a really long time, and you can tell like right here, her flower is broken, but that's because it's gone with me everywhere I go. Valentine, that's my chair. So anyway, I didn't want her in storage because of the little broken piece, right? So I made sure to bring her with me, and she sits up there. We've thought about doing other little decorations and stuff like that we can use, but you know, oh, and not only that, but I don't know if you can see, but we still don't have the little hanging thing for like the broom and stuff like that there because of the trash can. So if we put the little hanging thing there, the trash can's in the way. So then we'll have to move it. But, and I am filming on my computer. So that's our space heater. So that keeps us warm because otherwise propane is really expensive. And then we just recently put this in. This is just a paper towel holder because we used to keep the paper towels just standing up on the counter, and then somebody would move them to the other side of the counter. So when we were on this side and we needed to use them, they were way over there. So we'd have to go in the kitchen to get them. But then if we were in the kitchen and somebody had, I just needed something to hang them up on. That's all I have to say about that. So we got something to hang up paper towels. We got the paper towels hang up. We're excited about that. We're also talking about getting one for when we get a house out there on our property. We'll probably get one for that too. Which I'm really excited about because I love that thing. It literally just sticks up there. So there's no screws. There's no hardware that was put up there. And here comes Valentine. Hi, sweet girl. So we don't have to worry about screwing anything into the cabinets. It's sticky. So it sticks up there. It may or may not come down. We don't know if it'll actually pull down, but we're not worried about it because we like it being there. So, and we put it on the end there just because it's actually really convenient. Doesn't matter what part of the kitchen you're in, any part of the kitchen that you're in, it's convenient and it's right there. So anyway, that's it. Make sure that you're subscribed so that you know when Fundamental Affair gets published, if that's what you're looking for. Also, be sure, come to Cult Classic Convention in Bastrop, Texas, February 14th, 15th, and 16th. And if you purchase Forbidden Affair or Family Affair, you will get a 25% off coupon for Fundamental Affair for my website. It's literally only at clconnolly.com. But you'll get one for Fundamental Affair when it gets published for my website. We're going to get it. We're going to get it. I would literally have to have Fundamental Affair done by tomorrow and ready to be published by Monday in order for me to have inventory for the convention in 3 weeks. That's the only issue right there. So anyway, that's it. See you on next time. Hopefully it will be next week. And I will vlog. I promise I will vlog the Cult Classic Convention just like I did with Scary Dads. So everybody can see how much fun these things are. Okay. Bye.